Alright, welcome back to So I'm a Spider. So what? Anime Review episode number 3. This is discussing 5 episodes of the series. All the episodes, well, the remaining episodes that from book 2 from the light novel series. Yep, now my original plan was to do this last night, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I was not able to do a video last night because it gotten so late. It got to by the time I'm starting, I'm like, oh crap, I can't do any videos at this point because I have to get working early. But now, don't have a problem with it. So basically, we kind of have unintentionally 3 settings here. We have the spider, of course, we have the humans, and we have a demon lord who appears in episode 6. Her name is Ariel, and she's voiced by... This is kind of a surprise because this is probably by far the 3rd studio I've ever heard her do a voiceover for, because first it was 4Kids. And then Viz Media. And now it's Crunchyroll. Which one is, you might ask? Veronica Taylor. Yes. As in the original voice actress for Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. Yes, that Veronica Taylor. Well, I heard that, I'm like, wow. Who would have thunk she did a Crunchyroll dub? Yeah, who would have thunk? Yeah, her character, appears in episode 6, very briefly toward the end of the episode, does an episode again in episode 7. They have a whole scene dedicated to her in episode 9, and that's it for her. I'm also putting episode 6, just introduces her because stuff happened related to Spider. 7, just a little more on her. Excuse me. 9 has a full-blown scene, which, by the way, this one is kind of intentionally a follow-up to a scene involving the spider, which one of her generals just happens to encounter her. Yes, I'll talk about the scene briefly before I talk about the spider itself. I'll get back to this one, but yeah, that's the extent basically of Veronica Taylor's Ariel. In the case of the spider, mostly put, first thing she does, she spends all these episodes in a area of the labyrinth. That's where she's in, where it's all magma. Yep. And she faces up against 3 different creatures here. 3. The first one is a catfish. Yes, a catfish that is swimming in molten lava. Why in the world is there a catfish? Oh, by the way, this catfish is gonna shoot freaking fire. I'm like, what the heck? But this is by far not a very tough battle for the spider to come across. I'm sure the Nick was like, hey, oh cool, a catfish. And something she's probably familiar with, better than let's eat a freaking monkey. Yeah, basically the creatures they have pop up in this labyrinth seem so bizarre and out of place. I mean, first it's a monkey, and then we have freaking catfish here. And you know what the next creature is? An eel! Yes, an eel! And then, this one kind of makes sense for me here. We have a fire dragon! Yes, a freaking fire dragon! I think it was... I'm trying to remember quick. I think it was after she beat the eel that she evolved. Yes, for the second time in this series. And she's got spikes now. I'm sure Barry Neckar is just simply enjoying seeing this. Also, we have 4 different personalities for the spider now because she's evolving, because she's the only one there. She talks to herself. We have the main one, which is referred to as the intelligence body. We have the strong, which is the body one. Then we have the magic one. Then we have the semi-smart one. And this all involves her doing various different things. It is quite hilarious. Now, I would say the only battle that took the longest was probably the fire dragon. And apparently when she first fought the fire dragon, it was already weak to begin with. And this took an entire episode just to beat this damn thing. Yes, seriously. And he had a scar across his face. Now, what good did this dragon? Unknown. Plus, also, this dragon looked kind of skinny. Yes, for a dragon, this was skinny. And she had various attacks on it. Probably by far the strongest attack she used in the dragon is Hell's Gate. Yes, summoning a gate from freaking hell, opens the doors up, has all the lava drain into it. Yes, lava drained to hell itself. I'm sure that probably was not coming from people who were there. And somehow the dragon survived. But here's the thing. It has 1 hit point left. 1 hit, done. Yeah. By far the most grueling battle. Also, I think it was during this battle, I think it was, where it actually lost one of her arms. Yes. But it grew back when she leveled up. And almost all of her stats at this point are all maxed out. But also, she gained 2 titles in these episodes. First, the Ruler of Pride. And the second one, the Ruler of Wisdom, which got the smart one pop up. No, this episode is not sponsored by Sony, so just happened to have the drink for it. Yeah. The spoilers look a little bit bigger, per se. And there's actually a reference to the events these episodes reference in the human stuff. Yeah, that's quite interesting. And after she beats the dragon, then she apparently, the place starts caving in itself, but she never gets out of it, not much of a problem. And, well, then he meets up with one of the Demon Lord's generals. Yes. And he doesn't speak of, and of course, this is probably something, I don't know, Brian Nickenbarker basically, he improvised this, or just happened the freaking script. Hey, I'm basically someone who's Japanese, who's speaking English. I don't know if that was in the script. It just seems quite hilarious, the fact that we have Brian Nickenbacker breaking the fourth wall here with this. Though she doesn't say she's Brian Nickenbacker, but clearly she's acting like that way, that she's breaking the fourth wall by saying, hey, I'm Japanese, but I speak English. I don't know if there's a fourth wall breaking there. Yeah, we have this demon jar and he doesn't speak a word of English to her. Apparently, when he speaks to the demon, speaks to Arrow, he speaks normal English. I'm like, what the heck here? What the heck's going on here? And the whole episode, I can't speak Isekai because he's a Isekai character. And probably by far the weirdest moments I have ever seen this anime happen. Like, they mention this thing is about Administrator D. And who this is, they don't say, because they have Administrator D actually make appearance in this episode via something that was been unexpected. Because even the Spider's like, excuse me, a smartphone in a labyrinth? Heck, even the Demon Jar was like, what the heck is going on here? What is that? And he picks it up, and apparently Administrator D can speak his language, no problem. And, like, hold on, Miss Spider. Can you hold on, little Spider? I'm talking to him for a minute, and I'll talk to you soon. And speak to him in language. And then they chat for a bit. It's like, oh, I'm the one who grants you the authority of Ruler of Wisdom. And like, oh, I'm just an evil goddess. I'm like, okay. Now you might be thinking, okay, who the heck is the voice of Administrator D, you might ask? Ooh, I don't know. Let me look up on here. Some spiders, so what? Now, who's the voice of this one? It is... They don't say. For some reason, the Wiki site does not say who is the voice of her. Apparently, her Japanese voice actress voiced Fubuki from One Punch Man. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, they don't list her. Not really. Yeah, I think it's kind of weird. They don't list of who the heck is voicing D. Let's see. Huh. They don't say who it is. So we got an uncredited, basically, voice actor for this one. Oh, yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as I can tell, they don't really list out exactly who's voicing D. If you ask me, like, who do I think is voicing her? Based on the voice, not really sure, actually. No, I'm not really sure who actually is voicing her. Yeah, I have no idea. Mm-hmm. But in the case of the teacher, the one who's an elf, the teacher herself sounds like Lucy Christian. Let's see. Oh, it's Karma Lee. No wonder the voice actor sounds so familiar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know who voices her. Yeah, the other ones. So in the case of the humans, well, we have mostly the way we have Hugo being jealous of a Shuon because he's popular, do the whole thing of the Earth Dragon, and then they decided to have field trip. Yep, split the teams. He's put a team with, of course, Shun, and the whole thing is about basically battling low level monsters, gathering herbs. That's mostly the dealio with this one. I guess he's like, screw that, basically, because he plans to get this. He plans to him and his goons. Yes, he says the word goons. He plans to massacre the whole class and kill the high-level monster as revenge for killing the students. Shuan's like, I'm not going with that plan. I'm gonna fight you, and they fight for a little while, and because it seems like, oh, he seems a bit weaker because apparently he's got all these boatload of skills. And then, of course, their teacher pops up out of nowhere, and she goes, "Oh yeah, your goons have been completely taken care of, off screen, mind you." And then she easily beats Hugo, activates his mission protocol, and it basically wipes out all those humongous amount of skills he got, and reduces his level down to a minimal level. And he is not happy with that. Oh no. Yes. All because he thinks this world was made for him. And he's so bitter that Shun is more popular than he is. We do briefly see a scene before the reincarnation stuff where everybody's basically playing. We see Himiko, who we think is a spider, but I'm not going to spoil the whole thing with her. Where she's seen reading the manga being picked on. Shun, of course, is seen looking after her, giving her, let's say, well, Yeah. So pretty much, basically, like they go on the field show, they beat them, and of course he goes bigger about it, and they go to class next day. Of course, before we go to class, he meets up with his brother, the first and only time they're seen together in the anime, and Sue's with him too, is his beautiful little sister, who for some reason doesn't really like hug him per se, doesn't interact with him at all. Of course, Julius is actually quite surprised to see Faye grow despite that she's an Earth Dragon. Yeah, quite surprised that she's grown up despite that she was willing to beat the Earth Dragon, the one that came to school. And he has to go on their mission. And then, like, apparently, like, off. Here's what happens. So, Arrow plans to invade the Empire. And Julius is just happily there. Because that's actually their plans to kill him. And they kill him off screen. Who killed him, I ask? They don't say. Oh, they do bring up the fact that his scarf he had was actually by his mother, which was taken from silk that was taken from the labyrinth 15 years prior to the events of the human stuff. And the way they show it, it seems like, though, like, oh, the thing is the Nightmare in the Labyrinth, per se. So, basically, the episode confirmed that the events of the spider storyline is 15 years before the human stuff. Why the heck that is, I don't know. It's kind of weird. As far as I can tell, there's no reason why. And if heard of this creature looks nothing like the spider we see in the series as Nightmare at the Labyrinth. Yep. A spider who, of course, basically, how should I put this? Mostly put, doesn't really appear very much at all. Yeah, look at this, like, very terrifying creature, per se. And there's no voiceover for her at all. Well, not the episode I saw. No, not really. I mean, her first appearance was in episode number 6. And yeah, I know I'm kind of dragging on here. I'm sorry about that, but okay. So pretty much, like, they're in class, and then of course he gets informed, like, you've been granted the promotion to hero, and he is in agonizing pain about it. And everyone's wondering what the heck's going on with him. And it turns out that his brother just died, and he gained his brother's title of hero. Yep. And that was pretty much the episode in a nutshell. Yeah. 5 really good episodes. You're probably wondering when we're going to do, like, next set of episodes, which, by the way, we'll be covering book 3, episodes 10 and 15. One every book 3. Yep. Though with that one, I'm also going to take a brief break from the series to work on another anime. Yes, another anime. Because I kind of did the same thing before when I did Time Reincarnation of Slime. Where when I got through halfway through the second season of the show, where I got to take a little break from that to work on the Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm going to do the same thing with this show too. What show I'm going to work on, I'm not going to say. I'm going to be of a surprise. So, yes, that's going to be pretty much it for this particular review. Stay tuned for the next review, which is going to be a review of a comic corner. Yes, a comic corner. And then, hopefully, I'm going to do this tonight, Attack on Titan. Okay? Next video. Bye.